already. Yeah, okay, there you go. Okay, let's finish this. Here. Oh, unbakeable potato. Raffy. Also, I have a pretty nice schedule, I'm not gonna lie. This week, or forever, basically. Let me just say this, there's hope for mining the entire overworld before the end of the year. There's actually hope for that. What's up, Timmy boy? It's basically the same schedule as last week, except today it's 4 to closing instead of pulling a double shift. It's the same schedule, which is cool because I can put. I'm not gonna tempt myself to do a 24-hour stream again, unless I can somehow figure out a way to manage it or yeah, manage it properly. I don't think I'm gonna do it though. I think I'm just kind of screwing myself over for the next part of the week anyway. I just don't think it's worth it for that. Because my circadian rhythm was shot, at least for the first, like, day or two. Because I had to revert back to nighttime sleeping. Unless somehow I can pull it off, which I think could be possible if I actually did more things to prevent sleeping. But I mean, still, it's alright. I'll figure out a way to get through it, or get to it eventually. I think doing a 24 or even a 30-hour stream could be useful per week. Water. You may hear sniffling and stuff like that. Oh, my voice has changed slightly. It's because of allergies. To be fair, my voice always sounds like I'm sick anyway, so whatever. It shouldn't change that much, let's be honest. It happened out of nowhere too, it was super weird. Luckily I took an allergy pill or I wouldn't be streaming right now, let's just say that. That's how bad it was. Or I would be streaming, you just wouldn't hear much commentary. Because I'd be sneezing about half the time. So I'm trying to think of how much I could realistically do per week. So I'm gonna do 2 layers per day every day that I'm bored of closing. So it'd be, what is that? 6 layers, and then I could probably do what, like 10 layers per day. That's 30 layers for the 3 days. That is realistically speaking if I'm not doing anything like clothes or eating or food or whatever, or getting food from the store or whatever. So I'm basically just mining a classic size world, and I'm about 70 something percent in. That map right there is the old legacy maps. If you remember those, I don't know if you do. It's 862 by 862 area. But yeah, I'd say I didn't come in here and just mine for an eternity. I mean, that's probably why a lot of people think I'm absolutely insane, is because they think I'm mining an infinite world. It's like, oh yeah, hey, an infinite world is infinite. Well, I mean, why would I go into a project where I literally can't finish? Kind of insane to think about. It's like, holy Jesus Christ, people. Kind of crazy to think about. It's like, yeah, I was gonna save and drink water and do push-ups. I almost forgot. I don't know why that just clicked in my mind for some reason. After that pickaxe. Okay, I may have to skip the push-ups for today, because holy Jesus Christ. This is starting to hurt my shoulders. Due to, soreness in general. From work and stuff like that. I just thought about how many push-ups is actually a lot of push-ups. If I did 10 push-ups every pickaxe, it'd be like 10 push-ups, and that's times. I do about 60 push-ups per session. Get close to 90 push-ups actually. Maybe be over 100 per session, which is ridiculous. Especially over time. But Frosty, pretty good. I have a pretty nice schedule for the job that I have now, though. So it's pretty nice. I could actually finish this project by the end of the year. I basically have to put on my grind face, basically. I love being redundant. totally not slightly frustrating or anything like that, right? The only time I'm not going to be able to work on the project is I think it's August 20th through the 27th, which is the vacation that me and my family's taking. This place is very flexible. Like, I don't think there are many places where you could literally just one month into working there, you can literally request a whole week off. Like, I got pretty much the perfect job for what I really needed, to be honest with you. Okay, so I'm gonna be mining the Nether in the end, and I had another idea after another idea. Alright, so after the Nether in the end, I kinda wanna keep the mining. I wanna keep the mining and resource theme. I like resources as well. It's not just the mining portion, but I'd say just destruction in general. I mean, this project itself is a mining project, but it's I'd still want to do more other types of projects possibly. Like, for example, I thought about doing the richest server in Minecraft. That was the main one I'm thinking about doing. Basically mine 1 million of every resource. In some form, way, or fashion. Some form. In any form. Literally, not just me though. I want to do it more of a community thing. 1 million of every resource. So 1 million emeralds, 1 million diamonds, 1 million gold, 1 million iron, 1 million redstone, and 1 million lapis. And 1 million coal. I think I missed iron, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure how that's gonna work though with the new updates. But I mean, I'll think on it. It really kind of just depends on how good the channel does after. It does. But don't forget, I'm gonna get like I'm gonna try to get 50 to 100 people on this server, so. And I think it's gonna be constantly running as well, so. I'm gonna have to wait a bit for that project though. Honestly, I think it's gonna be. Some spades. Thank you, spades. I'm at 70%. I just need a. Some Todd. I'm not too sure though, because there's a big problem I thought about with doing a server is I may have to wait for a project like that in the future because I don't have that good internet. I don't know how good of internet you actually need to run a server. But yeah. And I think a better PC, I'm not too sure. I was gonna say I didn't even really think about netherite, I'm not gonna lie. But still, I think it would be possible to do 1 million netherite. I don't know how feasible, but I think it is technically possible. Just even with 50 to 100 people, it's still gonna be the biggest pain in the world. Even getting, I also thought about just doing 1 million diamond instead, because that's like, it'd literally be the most diamonds in a single Minecraft world mined up. That Benjamin. Yeah. Yeah, I never really considered netherite until you guys mentioned it. I was like, that may kind of be kind of a problem. To be fair, I never really think everything completely through until a little bit later on. So, I mean, I have to just basically grind it in my head about what to do. It's like, oh yeah, there's this. Oh yeah, there's also this. There's also this as well. So it's like, it starts an idea, and then I slowly turn it into what it is. Just like this project was kind of like an idea, and then I had to execute, eventually figure out how I was gonna do it. Yes, it does, and yeah. Maybe just 1 million, 1 million diamonds. Terrifying. How many blocks is that? What's 235,290? Wait, no. Was it 2,300,000? Holy Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah. I think I just scrap the every resource thing. Maybe just gold. I mean, God dang it. Diamond. Maybe just diamond. Rick. Dude, this channel is just gonna get memed on after it's finished. I'm telling you right now. It's already been memed on. I mean, it's kind of how most of my subscribers found me anyway. Is memes. For the most part. At least. Oh yeah, getting a million every, it's like 30. Okay, so if I had a, we did it with diamonds. I think it's 30 double chests if I remember correctly. It's roughly, it's just over 30 double chests because it's 31,000, I think 104. If you got a full double chest of every single, or double chest of blocks of a certain resource or a certain ore. So a whole double chest of diamond blocks would be 31,000. How much is... Well, I mean, to be fair, you don't have to mine the entire chunk to get diamond. Which, that's the good thing about diamond, is that you don't technically need to. Oh god, just thinking about it. Will they change the spawn rate of the game for ores after they do the update? Sorry, not the spawn rate, the spawn area for the ores. Or are they gonna stay the same? Kind of curious about that. Like, will diamonds stay on layer 50 or 16 and below, or 17 or whatever? Technically 17, but I've seen like a couple diamonds on level 17. Some people say they found diamonds on 21, which is, I think, impossible unless you have a mod or something like that. I don't know. I've never seen a diamond on 21, and I've mined millions of blocks. So I mean, don't know about you, but unless they change the spawn rate or something like that. Interesting. Wait, is that the amount of blocks you would have to mine? 761 million blocks. Dang, at that point, we might as well just make the entire project, just make it where we have to mine 1 billion blocks. Which, I don't know how doable that actually is, but... I wonder what this world would look, how weird this world would look like if I transferred over. Does Bedrock Edition have 1.17? I actually don't know. I didn't actually check if I got an update for this game, for the Minecraft update, or I got a Minecraft update. But I have no idea if it was actually 1.17 or not. I don't think so, right? I think it's just, what are the layers? Like, what is the range of, what's the range of layers? So I wonder if they made diamonds more common, technically speaking. Like if they actually buffed all the ores in terms of spawn count. Or just, yeah, just the amount it spawns. It's not gonna look like much. Wait, for diamonds? Holy Jesus. They really, did they make it more rare, or did they just keep the same spawn rate? That's kind of ridiculous. a lot of layers. Oh, veins spawn differently. Okay. What's up, Muhammad? Okay, so they just... So it's just as common, but it's just less per vein, basically. What's up, Ethan? Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that, it's the raw iron, I think it's what it's called, or something like that. You can fortune. I want to see a chunk mined out in, the new version. That would be interesting, just to see what it looks like with the new height. Going from layers like 64 to -64 or something like that. I think that'd be pretty sick. Or maybe not a chunk, maybe a little bit bigger, just to show how tall the world is now. If somebody's even done that yet. It seems like strip mining, not branch. Okay, so branch mining is the branches where you go, you create a tunnel, and then you branch off. It's called branch mining. Strip mining is what I'm doing. Technically, this entire world is basically just one giant strip mine to me. I'm doing strip mining, and branch mining is basically the way that everybody thinks for some reason strip mining is, even though it's not actually strip mining. Alright, see ya, Frosty. So I would think strip mining is actually the way to go in the new update because of the amount of ores, not the amount of ores, but the number of layers each of the ores spawn in, or whatever. Because diamonds spawn in so many more layers now. I would think strip mining is the way to go, which is pretty cool. Does it say how many ores, diamond ores spawn in each chunk or whatever? Like how it's 3 on average. Oh, never mind then. Okay, well, scratch the strip mining then, because yeah, it sounds like a pain to strip mine if you did something like that. I still want to see a chunk mined out though. Even though it may be the biggest pain in the world to mine out. I may mine one myself, honestly, just for the lols. Just to see. Or use commands, I have no idea, but I think it'd be pretty satisfying to mine one myself. Check something real fast. Give me just a second. Wow, he's at 41K. He's still gaining subscribers. Kilo's still gaining subscribers. That's insane. And I'm still losing subscribers. I think he's losing as fast as I'm gaining. Or, I mean, I'm losing as fast as he's gaining. Holy Jesus Christ, can I not speak? I swear. I sometimes wish that my logic was slightly more refined, at least right off the bat. But, it's not. So, for some reason. It's really unfortunate. I mean, I don't mind being, well, at least I have some logic. I mean, logic in itself is not everything for sure, but still. That'd be terrifying. Honestly, I think my goal today, or not today, through this week, is at least go to the 20s, which is crazy to think about that I'm almost already in the 20s, but because I was literally just at the top of this. But what's up, GGF? Yes, well, about to be. After this section, and then there's this little tiny section next to this section. It's like 31 by 431. Then I'll mind. I wouldn't mind 75% of a classic size world. I actually have no idea when I started this section. In terms of fully starting, I have no idea. But at least when I got to from the top, like from that level 56, already on almost 30s, and then by the end of this week, like when did I start the marathon? I would say that's when I really started the section, let's be honest. I know I didn't actually start it there, but I mean, I know I fluctuate a lot when it comes to these sections where it's like there's some parts of it I go really fast and I just slow down a lot and then I go really fast again. It's kind of funny. I don't know when I started the section. It should say something about Not terraforming. I don't actually remember. There's a video, a specific title that I use. I'm trying to remember which one it is though. Jack, I don't think so. I really don't have any reason to go beyond classic. I could mine a small world, but there's still no reason to mine one. I mean, technically, I could just mine. It could be literally mining the entire map. I mean, because a small world is literally the size of a map, I'm pretty sure. Or at least it's super close to one. Yeah, I don't know when I started this section, really. I'm gonna look it up real fast. I don't remember, though. I'll have to see. $3 weeks ago. So I technically started this on June 21st, so it's about to be a month, which is not bad. I'm definitely catching up. Let me just say that. I should be at layer 36, I think, by the time I hit a month. Which, to be fair, I'm going to be putting a lot more time into it now, so I should definitely finish this in less than 2 months, for sure. To be fair, I need to book it when I get to the next sections, if I want to finish by the end of the year. Because don't forget, I have to finish this section, that little tiny section, and then I have to mine 4 more sections and a little tiny section again. Yes, pretty much. I think I got most of it though. I'm pretty sure, at least. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I got half of it. I think I actually got more than half of the mountain completed or destroyed, I think. Definitely could be wrong about that though. But yeah, I do have to get rid of the mountain again. Good thing I get quite a bit of an emerald. I wonder how much I actually get. I mean, I got 139 emeralds and it was just this little tiny stump basically. I can't even imagine what diamonds I'm gonna get with this, or emeralds I'm gonna get with this big of a mountain. I have no idea. I'd have to look at the mountain again. I think the mountain was a little bit taller though, at least. Definitely could be wrong about that though. Yeah. This is the most progress I've made on a section in a while, if you think about it. At least in terms of speed wise, how fast I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to book it on these next sections. Like, I'm not planning on mining by the end of the year, but it would be kind of nice to finish by the end of the year. Because remember, I still have to do the Nether in the end, so it's not like it's not like I'm done yet. Which I will. There are a couple other things I have to do on this side as well. Like finishing the Bedrock Massacre section on getting my channel a revamp, art revamp. So I have to do a lot of things. I have to finish the art revamp. I have to finish. Obviously, I have to finish the overworld. I have to finish mining at least when the ore's on the ground. I'm gonna try to do that at one point by the end. I have to light the beacon. I have to add Patreon. Yeah, I have to light the beacon. Any new patrons that come in, I have to make the update video for it. I have to, is there anything else? I don't think so. I think that's it. There's still a lot of stuff to do. Turn it down. I don't know why that's so loud, actually. Yeah, that's gonna be still a bit to do. Probably gonna be doing merch by that point. Still don't know what I'm gonna do for that. Honestly, I may have to do that. I may have to just brainstorm throughout the Nether and the End, really. Let's be honest. Think of anything else I'd have to do after the overworld. That's everything. Still a lot of stuff to do though. It's gonna be a lot of stuff I have to do, but it's gonna be really short stuff, at least for the most part. Except for maybe the art revamp. That may take a little bit. or originality revamp or whatever. Mining out the ores on the ground may take a while too. I know making the video is gonna take a while, for sure. I think it's funny how people are subscribing to Kilo's channel, even though he may never actually make a video again. Kind of weird. I mean, I kind of understand the appeal though. For sure. Pretty painful, I'm not gonna lie. Time to actually start, basically. Actually start on the layer that I need, that I was gonna start on today. More water. why I keep mining like that. It's a very slow way to mine. me a second. Yeah, back. A little bit of water. Some gecko. Some A60. No, you're good, don't worry. Give me a sec. I'm still tired. Give me a second. I need to do something. Okay. Jesus Christ, I don't think the amount of sleep even matters, honestly, ever. Seriously. I think it's really just hitting those 90-minute sleep cycles. Because I got 6 hours of sleep yesterday, and I got more sleep today, but I feel worse, if that makes sense. And I did practically the same thing as yesterday. Like, I stayed up yesterday and got up earlier, and I still feel worse than I did yesterday. So I think just hitting those cycles, or I'm getting too much sleep, which is kind of funny because I didn't even get that much sleep. I have no idea what's happening. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't. I literally have no idea why my body's rejecting lots of sleep. It's not that much different. Wait, different from when? Because my allergies kind of stopped finally, so my voice may be slightly different. I think I finally feel alright, but still. I may just do a layer and then take a nap just to reset my circadian rhythm. Or not reset my circadian rhythm. Reset one of my sleep cycles. Because I did that one time and it felt amazing. Or maybe not amazing, but it really did help, though. Holy Jesus. I don't know. I'll have to see. Because the job that I have right now, it kind of sucks being tired because, just because, I mean, it's a simple job, don't get me wrong, but, when you have to move pretty quickly, it's kind of hard for periods of time when you're this tired. I'm not, like, extremely tired where I'm, like, literally falling asleep every 5 seconds like I did a couple weeks, like, 2 weeks ago or whatever. But, which that's when I took the hour break, or the hour nap, which felt pretty amazing. So yeah, just do not, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Either that or I'm re-falling asleep after I wake up or something like that. I think that's what I did. Which I regret horribly, if that's the case. Really badly. Do I regret it? Yeah, I think it's just that circadian rhythm needs to be fixed. Or not circadian rhythm. I do need to fix that though. But just my sleep cycles need to be reset, I guess you could say, because there's two things you really need to focus on in sleep. It's sleep cycles and circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm is just that natural process where you wake up and sleep every day at the same time consistently. It's what your body's naturally used to in terms of sleep versus awake. And the sleep cycle itself is when you're sleeping. It's 90-minute periods of non-REM and REM sleep. And if you hit the REM sleep wrong, like if you hit those cycles wrong, you wonder why you'd be wondering why you're tired, even though you get quite a bit of sleep, which I didn't get a lot of sleep, but the fact that I got less sleep yesterday, I felt better. It's saying a lot. Because your body's trying to, because it's like you're in the middle of a sleep. It's like you're waking up. This is why alarms aren't that good. If you can somehow wake up before your alarm, that would be way better than waking up with your alarm. Because generally speaking, unless you get super lucky, you're not going to hit those cycles perfectly with your alarm. There's no way. Unless you're really, really good at management of your time. Like amazing time management. Even now, I actually feel alright. I mean, I did do a little bit of exercise, which I may do that actually. I'll get like sleep, and then I'm gonna go for a jog, and then I'll come back and stream or something like that. I need something to figure out. I'm trying to figure out some kind of routine to get somewhat better at. Even if I get 6 hours of sleep, this routine should be perfect for yeah, it's a bit weird. It's like your body is trying to catch up with your sleep, but you're not allowing it to. It's like, hey, you need to sleep because you're in the middle of this cycle. Hey, I'm trying to fix you, or I'm trying to help rejuvenate you, I guess you could say. I don't know. But you're not allowing me because you decided to, for some reason, fall back to sleep, or you decided to sleep at a weird time. It's like, alright. And your body's basically hating you at that point. Kinda sucks. So more sleep isn't the end all be all. I would actually say just getting that sleep cycle in. At least for the day. I mean, sure, getting more sleep helps with the actual like recovery process through the day before. Because if you got 6 hours of sleep every single day, you wouldn't recover as well as somebody who got 7 and something hours. 7 and I don't know. But at least for the day of waking up, I'd say you need to hit those cycles correctly. You're just gonna be miserable. So I'd say just wake up whenever your body basically tells you to wake up, unless you wake up way before, like hours before. Then you could probably get away with getting oh, you're good, don't worry. I think you mentioned that before, actually. Yeah, I feel quite a bit better now, but yeah, I think my plan is now, at least as long as I'm not working a double shift, which I usually work one on Sunday, which Sunday was horrible, but generally they're not that bad. But Sunday, I think I'm gonna have to be, I could probably develop the routine for every single day, honestly. But for the most part, I'm gonna be streaming every single day until I finish this. Most part, except for this 1 week trip that I'm doing, but yeah, I'm probably just gonna do wake up at whatever time, honestly. Even if I have to wake up at the same time every single day, regardless of how much sleep I get, I may have to do something like that. I don't care if I get 4 hours. I've technically, this may be ridiculous, but I've actually felt better with the 4 hours of sleep than I have today. Let me just say that for a second. Just gonna wrap your head around that for a second. 4 hours of sleep. I felt better getting 4 hours of sleep than I do today. Getting 7 something, I think. Because, you know, cycles. Sleep cycles are ridiculous. It really sucks if you're in the middle of one, you're basically miserable the entire day. Or pretty close to miserable. I'd say that's one of the biggest flaws I've seen of the body. Is the fact that, I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, it's like, not. Actually, I'm not even too sure what that really means, unless you mean like the language, just like speaking Indonesian. I think that's what you mean. I'm actually pretty decent at interpreting things, thank God. The only reason I survived my job, I had literally had to learn my job in a different language, which is interesting, I'll tell you that much. What do you mean you don't charge? Now that I really don't know what you mean. I literally have people all around the world. I could probably learn like 5 or 6 different languages, if not more, just on stream. Somebody who's Italian. There's a few people that are German. God dang you, game. I'm really actually kind of glad for that. I was actually pretty lucky. God dang it. I have so many people. You might be the first Indonesian on stream. I don't know. Seriously though. So many types of people that join these streams. It's kind of insane. I could honestly learn like 5 or 6 languages. Now, will I fully actually learn them? Probably not. Because I'm not actually too sure how languages stick to people's head. I think you just have to start. Yeah, I think you just have to translate everything. I'm not really too sure. In your own mind before you even speak. I don't know. Seriously. I don't know. Oh, okay, gotcha. But don't you have to say... Don't you have to translate in your head though? Because you're basically reverting... Because you're saying this is this in your head. You're saying... I mean, actually, no, never mind. I guess if you already know what it is... I can actually speak. Holy Jesus is loud. I'm not gonna commentate. But, I guess if you say enough if you say the phrases enough or something like that, you eventually can do it without actually having to say it in your head first. That makes sense, actually. I'm guessing that's how it works. Basically, you just say the phrases or say words. Or certain specific phrases. I think I actually understand it a bit more, thinking about it. Wow, this is really hard to comment. Look how loud the end music is sometimes, I swear. I gotcha. I know what you mean now. Let's see if you cannot mess this up again. There we go, got it. Holy Jesus Christ. That's so difficult. One piece. The final piece of XP finally got it. Holy Jesus, that's luck based. That's just pure luck. You know, it's kind of funny people say it's like the hardest language. English is the hardest language to learn. From what I've seen, especially on stream and on like in real life, like especially when I work at a Mexican restaurant, and the person I work with basically knows no English. They can understand me way better. I'm just saying. I think it's because of pronunciation and stuff like that, but in terms of pure just understanding, it doesn't seem like, what the heck? Okay, think it maybe just be hard to get good at. I don't know. It's hard to say from what I've seen. I mean, to be fair, there were a couple words now that I can kind of just interpret because the person I work with is pretty repetitive when it comes to the words they use, so eventually I do actually have it's like a trigger. So now, I'm not saying I can't be fully taught in Spanish, but I can, for the most part, somewhat can. I've actually gotten pretty okay at interpreting stuff without actually understanding what the heck they're even saying. I've even had times where I even misunderstand people in English. Or misunderstand people's directions in English. I think the best thing I've gotten at this point is asking questions. It's probably the best thing I've gotten at. It's a good first step to getting rid of my stupid god complex thing, even though I didn't even know it was a god complex until... Yeah, looking back at it now, it definitely was some form of god complex. Because I was kind of like holding myself, like where I like think I know more than I actually know, but I actually don't know that much about whatever it is. Or it's like I'm basically saying like, oh yeah, hey, I can learn anything fast as possible. Which in reality that kind of is true, but at the same time it's almost like I assumed I could do it first try. If that makes sense. It's hard to explain, but I did in school as well. I think I'll touch into languages eventually. I think once I get career set and I get like health set a little bit more, then I get health and what is it called? Like relationships set more, like the 3 main domains, I guess you could say, of life. You can really boil it down to health, wealth, and relationships, which those are the 3 most common. There's a reason why they're the 3 most common areas in business. It's because they're literally the 3 most common areas in life, if you think about it, especially now. I mean, you have health, which is anything, honestly, like sleep is an example, piece of health, stuff like that. Wealth, I mean, people like money, and improving on money. I already know what I'm going to do with wealth, which I need career first before I even think about that. Health is going to be something on the background, I guess, and then I'm going to be slowly working on, because that's going to take quite a bit of research. Maybe eventually, once I'm bored enough, which honestly I've been so bored that literally the things I do now are programming this and literally read and gobble up information, I guess you could say. I think I'm gonna learn IT before I learn languages though. I want to have a good enough grasp on IT before I really delve into a different subject. I want to get really good at IT in terms of just pure knowledge. Because I think, well, I mean, to be fair, it makes sense though, because it's arguably way more valuable than other languages anyway, so I mean, why not learn it? It's not like I think Spanish is the only one language I could really learn, but maybe if I'm bored enough, I'll learn other languages. Especially since my mom wants to take us on trips across the world, so that may give me more incentive to learn different languages, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, I'm starting to plan out everything finally. Actually getting my life together. But I'm gonna improve very quickly in terms of, I guess you could say, life thing, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Very quickly. It probably is the second most common. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. To be honest with you, it probably is. I mean, there's a reason they teach it in high school constantly. There has to be a reason. I mean, it should be the second most common. So, maybe eventually, if I'm just bored enough, I'll learn different languages other than Spanish. But Spanish is definitely going to be the second language I'll be learning for sure. And then depending on what my mom trips she wants to do, whatever, I'll see what language I can learn. I think I can learn languages pretty quickly as long as I just gobble up enough information and just re-gobble up if I have to. I know you're supposed to practice, but I think if you have enough knowledge, you can at least, I want to at least be able to interpret what people say. Maybe not speak it that well, but at least interpret what people are saying. So I'm not completely lost. Because as long as I can interpret what people are saying, I can understand and maybe recorrect, even translate if I have to, different phrases. It's like, oh yeah, here's this very common phrase that people use. Okay, so what is this in this language? I know Google Translate isn't always the best, but yep, that's the thing I'm gonna be. I know A is literally female, O is... I mean, I actually do somewhat understand gendered. It's just gonna be hard to... I think the biggest problem with Spanish versus English is the fact that it's backwards. I hate... That's the only problem I have with the difference. Is the fact that it's backwards. Oh, I hate the fact that there's gendered nouns, I swear to God. That's... I mean, I know you don't actually have to translate it backwards, but I still hate the fact that it's backwards. I know you said if you get good enough with the language and phrases and stuff like that, you don't actually have to translate it, you just got to. You just know, oh yeah, hey, this means this. Okay, it's a phrase. Or it's more like... Actually, you know what? It is a muscle memory thing if you think about it. Because it's not really a logical TI thing. It's more of a muscle memory. Where it's like, okay, here's the situation. This is what you do from a muscle memory standpoint. Here's this phrase. This is how you respond, right? Or this is how you can initiate with. If that makes sense. Is that correct? Something like that. It's similar to... Actually, no, it's not really similar. I was gonna say it's similar to programming in that way, where it's like, here's this problem, this is how you solve it. It's kind of similar to that, but instead, like if you're building a website or something like that, here's what you should do immediately, like as soon as you start one. Does that make sense? Is that somewhat correct? It's kind of similar in that way, I would think, at least. I'm not 100% certain. I know I don't actually speak two languages, but just interpreting based off of what you're mentioning, is that sort of how it's like? At least kind of. It's more of a muscle memory thing than anything. Oh, you're the only one here, never mind. I don't really have much thoughts on gendered languages, mainly because I haven't delved that much into languages that much, so I don't really have much of an opinion on it. I've never really seen the point in them. That's probably the first thought I really have to say about it. Apparently it's completely pointless to have them, so I mean, there's that. Yeah, I felt much better actually. Holy Jesus, that's it. I think I just needed a wake-up call. One thing I need to work on is typing. Seriously. Ah, oh jeez, leg cramp. For some reason. I guess that's a good way to wake up. Get leg cramps. Stretch for a second. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. That's better. My bit rate dropped for some reason. Oh, I think it's going back up again. At least slowly. Okay, that feels way better. Yeah, I should have stretched. I tried to do that little jog. I think I'm just gonna do a layer today. I mean, I don't really see any. I just need to work on my sleep or understand sleep better. Even more than I do. And I kind of understand sleep at the moment. Do mind you, all this stuff is not 100% based on fact about the... I just don't understand how landing on your 90-minute sleep cycle really works. Like the most optimal place to land or whatever. Or how different factors affect sleep. To be fair, I'm technically doing 1.5 layers, but I mean, it's because of the last section. I don't know, it's a pretty important topic. I mean, you got those people that somehow think that getting more sleep is better, so I'd rather not be ignorant towards sleep and actually understand sleep. Honestly, like, seriously. I really would. It would be way better. Even if I have to do it purely through experimentation. Exactly, you got people who somehow think they can catch up by sleeping 14 hours a day for 3 days straight and then somehow wondering why they're tired again. Because they switch back to another sleep schedule even they don't, or yeah, sleep time. Even though they have no clue what circadian rhythm even is. People don't even know about the 90-minute sleep cycles either. I haven't really seen, but I think people for the most part know about the circadian rhythm, but most people don't know about the sleep cycles. From what I've seen, at least. It's like, ooh, I don't bother with sleep because I want to be ignorant. But knowing about sleep, at least experimenting. I mean, you don't have to research a bunch, just experimenting and maybe a little bit of research, just understand circadian rhythm and sleep cycles, I would say. I don't think there's really much else you need to learn besides that caffeine stays in your body for 12 hours a day, but keep that one in mind. Just saying, I know you don't with sleep, but think about people in your life that drink caffeine at like 5 p.m. or whatever, or late in the evening. Their sleep cycle's screwed. It's like, ooh, I got my caffeine here. I have a friend, actually I think I have two of my friends that do that. Weirdly enough, they're both ENJ types, which is weird. They both do that. Wow. I mean, sure, he likes a taste of, one of them likes a taste of it, and there are some health benefits, but it's not really considering the fact that you're literally getting an adrenaline rush at like 5 p.m. out of nowhere, and your hormone you're being your hormone imbalance, your hormones get thrown out of whack, and it stays in your body for 12 hours. So, sure, you get some benefits, but you might as well just find something else to replace it. Seriously. In terms of the nutrients, just replace the caffeine with nutrients. I mean, I don't know if decaf has any different vitamins or whatever. Apparently it does have vitamins, but from him, I just haven't done much research on it. I will though when I get to health portion of my life, I guess you could say. Once I become probably a fitness junkie, let's be honest. Once I learn about calisthenics. Once I learn about calisthenics and stuff like that, that's gonna be fun. I never had the patience for calisthenics, but a while back, but now I actually understand that I can do calisthenics at this point. That's gonna be interesting. Do calisthenics combined with maybe some running or something like that. I don't know. Mix with maybe a martial art or something like that. I don't know. A lot. And learning about health. Yeah, I'm basically just gonna become a fitness junkie for at least a good amount of time until I learn enough about nutrition and stuff like that, and then I can actually have, and then slow down on there, and then work on another portion of my life, which I have no idea what I'll be doing by that point, because I think health will be the last part. I guess investment. Maybe I'll be building a business, or gather more knowledge. I don't know. I guess I can gather more knowledge about business at that point. I'm glad having NI is actually a good thing in this case, because I can plan out very easily, very far into the future. I know I can't plan too much, but at least generally speaking, I can't be too detailed with what my plans are, because I know anything can happen in almost any moment. So that's the sucky part about NI Hero. It plans so far, but it really misses the mark because of circumstances in real life. I'd rather just be general about it. Yeah, so it's basically, I'm just gonna start with, because I can plan my life out way further than anybody else. Basically the stereotyped of like envisioning what will happen in the future for, it's like, hey, what are you planning? This is, it's literally like the ultimate. It's like that weird stereotype with somebody having a weird fever dream about their future, whatever, future life or whatever. That's basically NI Hero in a nutshell. It's that stereotype of it, but it actually does exist. But yeah, basically I'm gonna start with wealth, which is starting investing. Actually, no, technically I'm gonna start with career, and then I'm gonna go into wealth, and then I'm gonna go into probably relationship, and then mix in health, and then eventually go full-fledged health after relationship portion is settled. I'm still gonna do some research with relationship stuff though. I'm gonna do research on all of it, but at least for. But yeah, you get the idea. Luckily, I have the psychology to at least help with relationships. That's gonna be the main key. Is the psychology. What do you want to become? Yes. It's kind of funny actually, because you would think somebody with NI Hero would understand what they want to do in the future, but there's people that had way more detailed plans than I did. I'll tell you that much. In high school. To be fair, the only thing I really wanted was running, or not wanted was running, but like at least the main focus was around running because of that point. But after that, I kind of just gave up because of my knee problems. It was really unfortunate, but I'd rather take this route anyway. This route I've been taking has been way more meaningful than just running or athletics, I guess you could say. Tell you right now, if I took the other route, sure I would be running, but I'd be way more ignorant because I'd be super subconscious focused, and I would be super arrogant at some point. Oh yeah, the one to it's okay, it's also that stereotype of like where the parents ask what do you want to become when they're like 5. I told them, what about when you were like 4 or 5? Do you remember what you even wanted to be at one point? Like your aspirations for what you wanted to be? You don't remember? Mine was a race car driver, which was pretty interesting. Oh yeah, I need to also, speaking of the life thing, I need to also focus on practical skills like learning car mechanics and stuff like that. Something like that. I need to mix that in somewhere. I don't know when or where. Maybe wealth. Maybe between the wealth stages, I guess you could say. I could probably mix in some mechanical knowledge, but I mean, I've always loved cars, seriously. Like, that was the first thing I saw, and I was, you know, it might be the worst thing to ever ask, especially in iHero, is what you want to be, because the problem is that, like, they hold on to that so dearly for years and years up until maybe like 15, 16 years old. And it's like, oh yeah, okay, I can't actually be that because it's unrealistic for me, at least for the time being, if not ever. Actually, one of the things I wanted to be at one point was the greatest runner of all time, which was like 2nd grade, if that says anything. Talk about pure aspirations. Which I was pretty good. If I actually had proper training and I wasn't like being lazy about running and didn't just use only willpower at that time, and I didn't have any problems in the future, I could have been pretty good. Seriously, like, I'm not kidding. I know it's very subjective, but way better than I could have been now. It would be crazy, actually. Kind of insane what I could have really done. But oh well, it's alright. COVID would have kind of screwed that up anyway, so at least for a short period of time, which would have been kind of unfortunate. It doesn't matter though. I think one of my biggest behaviors I should have changed a while back, was holding on to things for too long. But I mean, that's the biggest flaw in I hear it holds on to its desires too long, or holds on to the wrong desires in some cases. Either the wrong desires or meaningless desires that don't actually do anything, like getting really good at a game without actually doing anything else. Let me just say this, INJs are like the stereotyped gamer that literally spends like 15 hours a day grinding leaderboards for a specific rank. Let me just say that right now. That's the stereotype. That's where that stereotype comes from. I mean, I had some short aspirations when it came to certain jobs until my TI child just caught myself. I've gotten caught so many times with my own self. It's kind of weird. It's like, oh yeah, I have all those aspirations, so I'd learn about them, actually learn about them. It's like, oh, never mind. Guess I'm not doing that. So many times I've had that happen, especially during that year of like depression, basically, between January 2020 and I'd say between November and about February is when I had a really bad, really bad time with I'd say between June of 2019 up until maybe like February 2020 is when I had my worst form of like depression. And that's when that desperateness came in, and that's when my trickster tried to believe everything. I just tried to shortcut everything. When I say shortcut everything, I'm not kidding. Like, I tried to believe anything I could to do anything, to get into anything. It was ridiculous. Luckily, my TI child did catch up to it eventually. It took a while though. It took a long time. I'm not gonna lie. Also, when I started learning about the psychology as well, I started with MBTI, started moving into Enneagram, which I started on MBTI for a while, I'll tell you that much. Until I found CS Joseph's channel, and then that got shattered immediately. Actually, it didn't immediately. I actually ignored CS Joseph for a little bit. I don't really know why either. I'll be honest. I think my FI critic just became so depraved of feeling good. They just kind of ignored any form of criticism, at least for a short period of time. Because that's how bad it got. So yeah, I actually did dismiss. At first, it may be surprising that I dismissed it, but I did, at least for a short period of time. And then I came back. And then I started learning about the types, cognitive functions, and it's weird relearning new definitions of words. Or concepts or whatever. I don't know. And all the way from there, I just kept learning about the science, and I finally got to the point where I finally understood, and then I had to put everything to practice. And then here we are now. With full acknowledgement of my external awareness and my internal awareness, and understanding my functions and understanding all of the functions, basically to the T. most part at least. I can utilize my internal awareness to maximize my external awareness, I guess you could say. It's kind of weird. Maybe not my external awareness, but my external growth. Use internal awareness to maximize external growth. Just that's kind of what you're supposed to do, though, which is why it's hard to grow. This is why it's so hard for people to grow much externally, because you have to grow internally to get to the point where you can actually grow externally. I don't know how to explain it. So Wyatt, we're doing this around just over 3.5 years. You gotta think I stagnated myself basically because I didn't understand myself. So since my internal self was so weak, I couldn't grow externally because I was ignorant of my own self and my own strengths, I guess you could say, and weaknesses. I couldn't grow externally, personally speaking. I mean, some people don't need much internal growth to be, to grow externally, but it does get to the point where to get to that next, I guess you can say get to the next level of growth. Not much anymore. I did play other games at one point, but I'm mainly focusing on the project. I'd say the only game I really play right now, other than this, is Smash Ultimate. That's really the only game I play now, other than this. I'm mainly just focusing on the project, though. Even then, I don't even play it that much. I really just play it with my friends. Too bad the new DLC character. If I had more time, I'd invest a little bit of time into that per day, but I don't really have that time. I mean, I technically do, but I'd rather just get this project done more than anything else, honestly. They can. I'm fairly certain on that. 'Cause usually it's console. I think all consoles can connect. I don't know if PS5 and PS4 can connect. I think so, but I'm not too sure about that one. All consoles can connect. Bedrock or the Windows 10 edition and the phone or mobile. All right, give me a second. think it's gonna be really funny when people realize how boring I'm gonna be for the next couple years or so. Or at least people are gonna probably see me as being boring, but whatever. To be fair, I'm gonna be going through a lot of or not living through a lot of problems. To be fair, there's a lot of things that I know that a lot of people are probably gonna have to go through eventually anyway. So I mean, it's not even that arrogant to say that. I'm not kidding though. That there are people that there's a lot of things, or maybe not a lot of things. That's very subjective. There are things at least that I went through that I know of that other people are gonna have to go through later anyway. So I'm trying to be as less arrogant as possible, I guess you could say, in that sentence, but that's the only way I can really explain it. Being as realistic, I guess you could say, as possible. I'm not trying to sound like I'm better than anyone else, because there's always something that I don't know that somebody else knows anyway. I'm just saying that there are some things that I know that other people are going to have to go through either way. This is why people are going to probably see me as boring for a couple of years, but I'm actually just kind of catching up to everybody else through life, I guess you could say. Because people are going to have to go through health, like improving their health. People are going to have to go through improving their wealth. Why not maximize both? Relationships people have a problem with, so why not do research on that? And understanding the psychology will help me optimize the relationships in general, so why not get better at that? So it's like I'm taking the more of the meaningful, but it looks more boring path, I guess you could say, than some people, I guess you could say. I don't know. I can't say it's a majority, or at least people in general. I'm trying to be as realistic as possible. I'm trying not to be like, ooh, I'm gonna put myself above everybody else or other people. I'm just being realistic here. There are things that people are gonna have to go through that I already have knowledge of, I guess you could say, of how to get through them. Don't worry, you'll probably be fixing. I'm probably gonna be fixing this, my sleep cycle the same time you are, so don't worry about that. My sleep cycle isn't that good either. I still need to fix mine. So after probably when I finish my streaming, I'll fix mine while you're fixing yours. It's just kind of funny. I know yours is definitely way worse, but I'm just saying that. Don't forget, mine isn't even that bad either. So I'm kind of taking myself down with you, I guess you could say. I know yours is obviously worse, but technically, whatever having a worse sleep schedule really even means, because the thing is, I do have a job. I don't think you have one. I'm not too sure though. You've never mentioned you've had one or anything like that. But I do have to have a slightly better sleep schedule regardless, just because of my because of the job. My sleep schedule would probably be worse right now if I didn't have a job. But I have to keep it at least somewhat reasonable. Because of the job. Somewhat, at least. In terms of health, that's probably the first thing I'm gonna fix. Is sleep. I may even fix that after when it comes to career and stuff like that though. I mean, this project is really gonna, I guess you could say, mark my, a new chapter in my life. It's kind of crazy thinking about that, but it kind of is. Okay. Forgot about that, you mentioned that. I'll try to remember remember that. Like you need a apprenticeship and a college degree to get a job in Germany. That's good actually, because that's probably when I'm gonna finish my project. Don't know if I'll be finishing the Nether by that point, which that'd be ridiculous if I can finish it by that point. If I can finish the overworld and the Nether by mid 2022, I would love to finish I'd love to finish the project by the end of 2022. Like everything. Literally everything. Not kidding. I think it's totally realistic to finish everything by the end of the year, of next year. Sure. I'd actually like to finish before, but I'm gonna go get some water. More water. Oh god. Or more water, I mean. Give me a second. Okay. Some water. Sleep is starting to catch up to me. Thank you, Python. Dude, this sleep is really catching up to me. It's killing me, seriously. I really need to take a nap. Dude, I hit a really bad sleep cycle. Holy Jesus Christ. Never mind, the sleep is starting to catch up to me. I thought it was fine earlier, but it's not really that fine. You could insert meme here. Yes, I'm trying to mine a classic size orb. I make so many meme references, it's not even funny on accident. They're the biggest coincidence ever. Whooped. super weird. Okay, that's layer done. That layer's done. I'm gonna end the stream now. Or I'm gonna be miserable at work. Seriously. I'm gonna try to figure out other ways to improve sleep, but I think I just made the same mistake. The same mistake I made last time, which was sleeping, taking a nap after. I think I understand a little bit better. I'm gonna do more research, maybe a little bit, or do more experimenting, I guess you could say. Although I'll see you guys definitely tomorrow because I'll be off for 3 days, so for sure tomorrow, unless something sporadic happens that I have no control over, or something I forget or whatever. I'll see you guys tomorrow.